If you come over here from MyLifeWendy or any of the others doing this collaboration, you're very, very welcome, and I would very much like to see you hang around and be a regular to my channel. And on the other hand, if you are a regular follower of me, please do go and follow those that I have listed down below in the description and show more. We are all doing one tip, but we haven't collaborated in the sense that we haven't collaborated and said what tips we're doing. We might all do the same one. So my main one, and the reason I've chosen this is because it's something I do notice with me. So I think that it's my number one. It ages me if I don't do it. Okay, and that is sleeping. If I do not get enough sleep, it shows in my skin. It radically shows in my face. It really, really does show in my face, to the extent that I won't do YouTube, I won't do Instagram stories, I won't do recording if I have gone through a bad night. It's true what they say about beauty sleep. So there's some research done recently over the last few years by the Kalinska Institute, and they took some university students and made them sleep and then deprived them. Now their deprivation they talked about was just limiting them to 4 hours a night for 2 nights. So just 4 hours a night for 2 nights made a radical difference to how others perceived them. The puffy eyes, the dark circles, the red eyes, on just 4 hours for 2 nights. And some people actually say that's all they ever have, 4 hours a night. There is some research that's come out recently that says that actually, no, if you think you can survive on 4 hours a night, you're fooling yourself. Actually, no one can. Obviously, sleep is the time where your body and your skin is going through repair. Well, if you're only going to get a 4 hour sleep a night, that's only one sleep cycle, isn't it? You see, you aren't going to go through that repair, the skin and body repair that's needed. Still, these students were deprived for just 2 nights to 4 hour sleep a night. And the next day, they were assessed by other people, and they had previously been assessed by other people as well, on good night sleeps, and there's a big difference. And it appears that when our faces are sleep deprived and we've got the dark circles and we've got the puffy eyes, we're less attractive to socialize with, which may come back down to sort of our own animal instincts, that actually we want to be with people who are healthy and not got disease. There's all of this in us that we are looking out for people who are looking healthy. Now, if you haven't only had 4 hours sleep for 2 nights, you aren't giving a healthy appearance. So our instinct is actually we prefer not to be socializing with them. Anyway, interesting study. It's done by I've got to write it down. I've written it down here. The Kalinska Institute. So if you wanted to find out more about that, that's where to look. Still, I do notice that if I don't get enough sleep, I mean, only one night, the next day my face is more wrinkled, the skin's got a thicker texture, it's got a greyer pallor, my eyes are puffy, there's a lot of black around my eyes, and there's redness in my eyes. So and my hair, it affects my hair as well, and it's just, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. How do we get a good night's sleep? Well, generally, I can get to sleep quite quickly, but what I've got on my phone is I've switched the blue light filter on. So around about, actually it does it automatically at 7, which is a bit too early, in fact. I end up switching it off again. But I need to change the time on that. But you can put a blue light filter that automatically comes on your phone. You're not bombarding it with a yellow light, red light. Anyway, you've got the blue light instead. So for many years I have been using a silk pillowcase that I got off QVC, and it's recently torn, because silk is quite a thin, it's expensive, and it's also a thin fabric. And I had to throw it out. I have replaced it because I got, in the FabFitFun winter sale edit, there actually was a silk pillow slip, which I ordered and I'm using. But on top of that, I think one's not enough, is it? Because you're going through wash cycles as well. So I have been using for many years as well a satin pillowcase. This is my satin one. And it's an American brand. For some reason, it's got a little pocket inside here. I don't know, for keeping valuables in or something. Well, why would you have a little pocket in a pillowcase? But it's got a little pocket there. Weird. But anyway, this one has lasted me, this pink satin pillowcase has lasted me probably 5 years as well. Now this is obviously going to last me probably another 5 years or more, because satin's cheaper than silk. It has the same effect as silk, and it's actually it's a thicker material and lasts longer. So if you were choosing between the two, I would say go for satin for that reason, because it's less pricey and it's going to last longer. In my experience, it lasts longer. Anyway, I love that pillowcase, that satin one. I will write down below the brand because they're still going. And in the UK, you can get them shipped over here, but in the States, readily available over there online. One of the advantages of a satin or silk pillowcase is the fact it's so cooling. And I do notice that if I go to a hotel or if somebody else puts a pillowcase on my bed and it's not the satin or silk one, I really do notice it. And I end up overheating. So it really does have a noticeable cooling effect. And once you're used to it, actually, that's really what you want to sleep on. You have difficulty going back to a normal cotton pillowcase. Anyway, yeah, so I've used the satin or silk for a long time. The other benefit is that that sort of smoother material of satin and silk causes less friction. So when you're turning and your face is on the pillow, you've got less friction. So that's sort of meant to help with the anti-aging routine of the sleep routine of the skin. And you're causing less friction on your hair. Now also in the summer, we don't have those light blocker blinds, so our room starts getting light, and at the peak of summer it starts getting light at about 3 o'clock or so. We do find we adjust, and we tend to just sleep through the lightness, but as it starts to get light in the spring, we wake up at ridiculous times in the morning, and midweek that's fine because we're off to work, but at the weekend we want to lie in a bit. Yeah, it's annoying. So for the last few years, I've been using a sleep mask, using one of these masks at night, an eye mask. And it's been brilliant. I got this for Christmas in a kit from one of my daughters. It's Champneys from Sainsbury's with some other bits and pieces in it, but it was absolutely brilliant because it stayed on my face overnight and I didn't wake up early. It did block the light when it started to get light, so I did get a really good night's sleep. But it occurred to me that for the same reasons as we don't want to be, I mean, this is old now, I've really got old and manky and dirty. But it did occur to me that for the same reasons as we want to be using satin and silk pillowcases rather than cotton, I probably want a satin or silk eye mask. And I recently got this from Charlotte Tilbury. Look at this, isn't that beautiful? Magic Dreams. Yeah, they're beautiful. Magic Dreams. Now, I don't know if she actually sells these. I got it in a kit. And it's one of the kit came with magic cream that I use anyway, the magic eye cream I use anyway, magic night cream or day cream as well. I love those creams. And so they were on offer, and then this was in it too, and job done. Because I had been looking for a satin eye mask for, to replace this cotton one, and having quite a lot of difficulty finding something, and it was in the kit. So that was the clincher. This is what made me get the kit. If it's still available, I'll link the kit down below. The set that she was selling, but it might not be. This was just after Christmas. But I'm really delighted with that, so I'm going to be using that, and this one is going to be chucked out. So that is my that's my satin and silk set. Another thing I'm taking advantage of at night time when I am in bed 7-8 hours is making sure I am moisturising not only my face but also my hands. And I did say this in a video recently as well. What I'm doing is actually, in this time of year, adding oil into the hand cream, so as I'm actually getting a really good moisturisation of the hands overnight. And I do notice this. The other day I had lapsed and stopped doing it. I put oil on in my hand cream, and the next day, in the morning on the train, I was on the train, I kept touching my hands because they felt so soft, having been soaked overnight in hand cream and oil, and they just felt really youthful. Now, if something like that is doing that for our hands, shouldn't we be doing that for our faces as well? So I have to start using more oils on my face at night too, as well as the other anti-aging bits and pieces that I use, like the retinol cream and the moisturizers and so on. And I'm going to top with oil as well, because if my hands felt that good and supple, lovely and supple, I need to do that for my face as well. And so if you've enjoyed this, then obviously I have got not only, you know, down here is this little red thing that's subscribe, but also the good advice nowadays is to tell you to ring the bell so that you get notified when I upload a video. Not that you probably want to listen to me or watch me. And why should I even possibly think you do? So why am I telling you to subscribe and ring the bell? Because you probably don't want to. I would be most surprised if many of you do, because I'm a non-entity. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you are my normal subscribers, then do go and check out the others. And if you come from there, I am so pleased you've popped over.